joy and love unanimous, as sons of one great sire humbly the eternal Father. But the shout of battle now began, and rushing sound of onset to the ending soon each mountain thought.
Idol of majesty divine, enclosed with flaming chariot and golden shields, then lighted from his gorgeous throne. For now 'twixt host and host but narrow space was left, a dreadful interval, and front to front presented stand terrible array of hideous men, before the cloudy band, on the rough edge of battle were joined. Satan with vast and bloody strides advanced, came towering, armed with adamant and bold. Agile that sight and would not, where he stood among the mightiest, bent on highest deeds, and thus his own undaunted heart explores.
O heaven, that such resemblance of the highest should yet remain, where faith and reality remain not, wherefore should not strength and might there fail, where virtue fails, or weakest prove where boldest? Though to sight unconquerable, his voices, trusting in the Almighty's aid, I need to try, whose reason I have tried unsound and false. Nor is it aught but just that he who in debate of truth hath won should win in arms, in both disputes alike victor, though brutish that contest and foul. When reason hath to deal with force, yet so most reason is that reason overcome.
So pondering, and from his armed peers, forth stepping opposite, halfway he met his daring foe. At this prevention more incensed, and thus securely him defied.
Proud art thou met? Thy hope was to have reached the height of thy aspiring unopposed, the throne of God unguarded, and his side abandoned at the terror of thy power. Or potent tongue, fool, not to think how vain against the omnipotent to rise in arms, how out of the smallest things could with that end have raised incessant armies to defeat thy folly, or with solitary hand reaching beyond all limit, at one blow unaided could have finished thee, and whelmed thy legions under darkness. But thou seest, all are not of thy train, there be who faith prefer, and piety to God, though then to thee not visible, when I alone seemed in thy world erroneous to dissent. From all my sect thou seest, now learn too late how few sometimes may know when thousands err.
Whom the grand foe with scornful eyes canst thus answer?
Ill for thee, when in which hour of my revenge, first sought for thou returnest from flight, seditious angel, to receive thy merited reward, the first to say of this right hand provoked, since first that tongue inspired with contradiction durst oppose, a third part of the gods in sin unmet, their deities to assert, who while they feel vigor divine within them, can allow omnipotence to none. But while thou comest before thy fellows, ambitious to win for me some plume, that thy success may show destruction to the rest. This pause between unanswered, lest thou boast, to let thee know. At first I thought that liberty and heaven to heavenly souls have been all one, but now I see that most through sloth had rather served, ministering spirits trained up in feast and song. Such hast thou armed, the minstrelsy of heaven, so busy with freedom to contend, as both your deeds compared this day shall prove.
To whom in grief was Zambia stern reply?
Apostate, still thou errest, nor in will find a bearing. From the path of truth remote, unjustly thou depravest it with the name of servitude, to serve whom God ordains, for nature, God and nature bid the same, when he who rules is worthiest, and excels them whom he governs. This is servitude, to serve the unwise, or him who hath rebelled against his worthier, as thine now serve thee, thyself not free, but to thyself enthralled, yet lewdly darest our minstering upbraid. Reign thou in hell thy kingdom, let me serve in heaven God ever blessed, and his divine behests obey, worthiest to be obeyed. Yet chains in hell not realms expect. Meanwhile from me return this erst thou saidst from flight. This greeting on thy impious crest receive. Ah!
Almost ready to live the time which hung down, but so swiftly tempest found, that no sight, no motion should rest with his shield, such moving intercept. 10 paces huge he back recoiled, the 10th on bended knee, his massy spear upstayed, as if on earth, trees on the ground or waters forcing away sideward, had pushed the mountain from the sea, had sunk with all his tongues. Amazement seized the rebel passage of victory and fierce desire of battle.
Overture.
Do you want to read it or
Don't catch it when it starts up, I won't know.
That war and various, sometimes on firm ground, at standing fight, then soaring on main wing, tormenting all air seemed then conflicting fire. Long time in even scale of battle hung, till Satan, who that day prodigious power had shown, and met. Wait, where are we?
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm right here.
you're not in the right place?
Satan, thou art confounded.
There you go.
Do not dare to speak.
That's it. Nor rescues joined the word song. While storming fury rose, and clamor such as heard in heaven till now was never, arms on armor, flashing grey words.
Hold on, let me find it.
220.
And conquering angels fall from either side,
The least of whom could not wield these elements and arm him with the force of all their regions. How much more power army against army, numberless to raise dreadful combustion, warring and disturb, though not destroy that happy native seed. Had not the eternal King omnipotent from his throne hold of heaven, high overruled and limited their might, though numbered such as each divided legion might have seemed a numerous host, in strength each arm had a legion, lid in fight, yet leader seemed each warrior single as in chief, expert when to advance or stand, or turn to sway at battle, open when and when to close, the ridges of grim war, no thought of flight, none of retreat, no unbecoming deed that argued fear, each on him relied, as only in his arm the moment lay of victory. Deeds of eternal fame were done, but infinite, for wide was spread that war and various, sometimes on firm ground, a standing fight, then soaring on many wing tormented all the air. All air seemed then conflicting fire. Long time in even scale the battle hung, till Satan, whom that day prodigious power that shone, and met in arms no equal, ranging through the dire attack of fighting seraphim confused, at length saw where the sword of Michael smote, and felled squadrons at once. With huge two-handed sway brandished aloft, the horrid edge came down with wide wasting. Each destruction so withstood, he hasted and opposed the rocky orb, of tenfold adamant his ample shield, of vast circumference. At his approach the great archangel from his warlock toils surceased. I'm glad as hoping here to end intestine war in heaven, and such foe subdued. Our captive dragged in chains, with hostile frown and visage all inflamed, thus first began.
Author of evil, unknown till thy revolt, unnamed in heaven, not plenteous as thou seest, these acts of hateful strife, hateful to all. Thou heaviest by just measure on thyself and thy adherents? How did thou disturb heaven's blessed peace, and into nature brought